My name is Brad Rinchin. I'm responding to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge issued to me by now several people. I'm responding in a video rather than simply doing it on my own because this is a message that anyone participating in this challenge, and frankly anyone in general, needs to hear. 2 years ago, had this challenge come up, more than likely I simply would have written a check and forgotten about the cause that it was even for. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge started with the idea that either you donate $100 to the ALS Society or you dump a bucket of water on you full of ice and then donate $10. The idea being not only to raise money but to raise awareness of this horrible disease. Again, 2 years ago, I probably would have just written the check. Today I intend to do both, for a very good reason. 2 years ago, my dad, Rich, was just like anyone else. That all changed when he was diagnosed with ALS. For the first several months, they had no idea what it was. They thought maybe he had a stroke. So little is known about the disease, they have no idea what causes it, let alone what some of the beginning symptoms are. 2 years ago, he started having trouble swallowing and having trouble speaking. 1 year ago, this last June, he walked my younger sister down the aisle and struggled to say the words, "her mother and I," when asked who gave away the bride. This last March, he missed my own wedding because the day before he had fallen and hit his head, trying to stand under his own power, which he no longer had. Being my dad, you can't tell him that he doesn't have the strength anymore. He kept trying. I just visited him and my mom in Nebraska this last weekend. He is now completely paralyzed. He communicates through a device called the Dynavox. It tracks his eye movements to spell out words in the alphabet. It's really the only way that he can communicate with the outside world. On the inside, he is still the same man he was 2 years ago, but you would have no idea looking at him from the outside. That's what ALS does. It slowly paralyzes you. You don't just wake up one day and you can't move. Every day you wake up, you are weaker than the day before. We're told that he's one of the lucky ones, that he got it later in life and it progresses slower the older you are. Many people who get this disease at, say, my age wouldn't live past a year. Their health would deteriorate that quickly. The ALS Society not only funds research to help people to find a cure for this monster of a disease, but they have given him all of the equipment he needs to continue functioning. They have given him the Dynavox that he uses to communicate. They have given him several lifting cranes so that my mom, who is his primary and only caretaker up until last week or so when they brought in hospice workers, can lift him around. All of the equipment that he is using to survive each and every day has been donated to him temporarily from the ALS Society. The Dynavox that he uses has a name on it from the man who used it before. Let that sink in for a minute. The man who used that before died because of ALS. That's what the disease does. So when you do this Ice Bucket Challenge, keep that in mind. Now, as for who I am challenging, I'm not going to say anyone specifically. Anyone who is watching this video is hereby challenged, and I will one-up that. Anyone that knows my dad, make a new video, even if you've already done one, and send it to this address. He needs to see all of the support that he has in fighting this disease. That is richwithals@gmail.com. If you've already done the Ice Bucket Challenge, make a new one, address it to him, and send it to him. And if you've made one of these videos with no mention of ALS, try again. I love you, Dad.